And also, you can check out here in the next week or so, we got the MLB playoffs coming up, so we got to do our playoff predictions. This is as if the playoffs were to start today. Obviously, there's a little jockeying for the wild card seeds in the league. So we got here. Who do you guys? Let's start in the National League. Who do you guys have facing off in the NLCS?
I have this chalk. I'm sorry, but the Braves and Dodgers, they are just the Dodgers are the best team, and the Braves are the second best team, and they're hot.
Yeah, I'm with you in that aspect, but I am kind of, hoping. I'm an agent of chaos sometimes. I want the Braves and the Mets in the AL or the NLCS. I think it's going to be a big task for the Mets to even get past the Padres there in the wild card, and even a bigger task for them to get past the Dodgers. But I would love to see the NL East chaos of this season, the collapse of the Mets, and then they kind of get their redemption here in the NLCS. So I'll take the Mets and the Braves.
That wild card game is Friday night, right? Because that's going to be a really good game.
I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head when they start. I'll look that up as you guys are going. Maddie, who do you got in the National League?
I'm actually with you. I got the Braves and Mets. I think the Dodgers do have a little bit of a lack of really high-end front-end pitching, in my opinion, with Walker Buehler being hurt. Obviously, they have Kershaw and Urias. Tyler Anderson's good. But none of those guys and Tony Gonsolin, none of those guys really strikes a ton of fear in you. Like DeGrom, Scherzer, Bassett, Taijuan Walker even's had a good year. Edwin Diaz out of the pen. The Mets pitching is legit. And say what you want, that they still won 100 games. It's hard to say a collapse when a team wins 100 games. The Braves got scorching hot in July, August, and September, and they won 100 games. So it's not like they just limped to the finish line. They had a bad series against the Cubs, had an up and down series against the A's, and that's what really sunk them. And I don't know. I'm not turning away from DeGrom and Scherzer with a chance to pitch 4 times in that series.
Definitely.
I know I'm not very smart. Did not realize that all of the wild card games were 3-game series.
Yeah, and they're all the home site. The home site is the lower seed team.
But that's sweet because Friday, Saturday, Sunday we will have all of them playing each day.
So all 3 games are
all 3 games are or all
at
4
the same
games.
place. They're all at the same place. So they're all at the same home. So the Mets series will all be in New York. The Cardinals series will all be in St. Louis.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
So it's not they're not going 2 games and then 1 at the other kind of thing.
Just so you know, I thought you meant that they were all
one central location. That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
They did do that for Didn't they do that for COVID during COVID?
Yes, they did.
It'd be like one of those old Little League tournaments, man. You have 2 fields, they do it in Chicago or New York, where it's one game going on at Comiskey, one at Wrigley, or Yankee Stadium or Citi Field, all that. Just rotate. That'd be sweet.
Hey, and I hate to say this because I despise the St. Louis Cardinals, but they're not going to be an easy out, I don't think. I think they're going to give the Braves a hard time. That's going to be a good series.
I agree.
I think if they were playing, it just sucks because if the Braves didn't finish as hot as they did, I would say that, they're going to win that series. But I mean, I just think the Braves are too hot right now.
In the ALCS, I'm sorry, boys, I'm going chalk again. It's that Yankees
come
Astros.
on.
I'm sorry.
Chalk and chalk. That's lame.
That's fine by me when I'm right. It'll be okay. But I just think that these 2 teams are the best, and I just don't see either the Guardians or the Rays giving the Yankees a problem, and maybe the Mariners could give the Astros a problem, but I just feel like these are the 2 best teams. Which
I'm almost the exact opposite.
I'm going crazy in the AL actually too.
Me too. I'm going to go Blue Jays.
You can do whatever you want.
And Guardians here, and I'll explain my rationale. I think it would be a big task for the Guardians to get past the Yankees. But looking at the other one, I think that the Blue Jays have played in a much tougher division and played better teams this year than the Houston Astros have. I don't think the AL West is that good, and I'm thinking that there's room for an upset there.
See, I think the AL West is outstanding, and that's why I'm going with the Mariners to beat the Blue Jays, and then the Mariners to also beat Houston. Because look at that, it's the same reasoning for me as it was for the Mets. I'm taking the pitching. Logan Gilbert, Robbie Ray, George Kirby, and I know I'm missing somebody else now. And I'm Luis Castillo. They just traded for from the Reds. That's big arms, and I think that's where you can neutralize Toronto, and I think that's where you can hang with Houston. Houston's experience is going to be a problem. I do agree with you on Cleveland. I think Cleveland is going to be a problem only because that team is scrappy as shit, and they got good pitching too. Bieber, Quantrill, McKenzie. They got a bunch of good pitchers. Klaus is at the pen. Game gets to the ninth inning, it's over with him. So I'm with you. I got Cleveland and the Mariners in the ALCS.
And I think, like with the Yankees, I'm probably just over exaggerating here, but like the Yankees, it feels like the focus has not been on the play on the field. It's been about one guy's at bats for the last month, and they've kind of just coasted to a divisional win there. I mean, they won that division. It felt like in June it was over, and
they can absolutely mash. So it's like one of those things that the Yankees could just absolutely storm through the AL too. It would not shock me one bit.
Yeah. Yep. So let's move to the World Series. Zach, who's your prediction in the World Series? Probably both number one seeds?
Nope. Yankees, Braves. Shut up, dude. Oh, yeah, because I can pick random numbers, and then I just think they're going to be right. Just wait until I'm right. Yankees, Braves, and then I have the Yankees winning the World Series.
Yankees, Braves. Okay.
All right. I'll take
it's actually both number two seeds, Zach. Tell them to shove it.
Fair enough. I am going to go Cleveland Guardians and the New York Mets. The New York Mets win the World Series.
You son of a bitch. I got the Mets winning it too.
That's the craziest thing is your guys' team could literally be eliminated as of Sunday.
Totally agree. But I'm going to the Mets. Mets to win it. I think for most of the year, they were as good as anybody, and their pitching is electric.
You say that, AL, but their best two pitchers had a chance to win that division for them, or at least help them, and lost. They lost all three of those games to the Braves, with their best pitchers going.
I'll take their track record over one start.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that they didn't even need to be in this spot. Is what I'm saying.
Well, I agree, but they're there, and I think they got the horses to get themselves out of it. From the AL, though, I think it's going to be – I'm going to go Seattle. There's something weird about that team. I think they've got a little bit of a spark. They've got dynamite pitching, and they got a bunch of good hitters. I think they could be a really, really tough out.
I like that. Let's wait to see how this plays out, boys. This is going to be fun. MLB playoffs starting this Friday, so make sure you got the extra TV fired up.
October baseball is sick. I mean, come on. Even if the Cubs aren't in it, it's awesome.
It is fantastic.